Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to LCU Wildcat Football here on 446 Sports. Scott Mills sitting in for Doug Gann this week because, well, they moved the game on us to Friday night instead of Saturday. It's an absolutely beautiful evening here in Pineville, but by tomorrow, it's going to be pretty nasty around Sinlaw. So they decided to move the game to Friday night, and so now you're stuck with me. We're going to have a good time regardless, as the Texas College Steers have made their way over from Tyler, Texas tonight. This Texas College team, well, they had a great season last year, finished 8-3, but that has not been the case this season as they sit winless overall and at defense, giving up 46 points a game. And I'm sure Coach McLaughlin is looking at that going, man, we could get that offense going tonight. We could rack up some points against that defense. But, you know, a team that's sitting there undefeated, or winless, I should say, can be a dangerous team. Looks like they're pretty low on numbers as they have just made their way off the field and gone underneath here at Wildcat Stadium. We shall see. Here in just a few minutes, we're going to talk with Coach Ben McLaughlin. We're going to give him a ring right as the Wildcats leave the field. It's a beautiful evening here, a little bit on the warm side, sitting at 80 degrees, going to get down to around 70 before this game is over tonight. As we look out over the field in the Pineville Expressway, Wildcat football tonight, taking on the Texas College Steers. We're going to take a timeout, and here in just a few minutes, we're going to talk with head coach Ben McLaughlin here on 446 Sports. One, two, 1, 2. Welcome back here. We're about 26 minutes away from kickoff tonight as the Wildcats get set to take on Texas College. We're just killing a few minutes because the Wildcats are about to leave the field. They are meeting down there, and then we're going to call Coach Ben McLaughlin. We'll just pick up the phone and give him a ring and see what's on his mind tonight. Of course, Coach last year 4 wins with this program. This year he's up to 5, sitting at 4-1 in conference play. And I'm sure he likes the trajectory this program is taking. We'll get a hold of him in just a minute. As the team leads the field here, I'm just going to grab the cell phone and give him a call right here. And we're going to see what's going on with Coach McLaughlin before this game gets kicked off tonight.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Ben. Are you excited to do
Long
football
time.
on Friday night tonight?
Man, like old times, huh?
That's right. Hey, before we get started here, I just wanted to ask you, because I know, and it's a little inside thing between us because we grew up 20 miles from each other, but how many times you voted for Derek's in the T-Mobile challenge has been going on?
My dad is wearing me out on that thing. I'm like, Dad, good God. And he's like, Dad, get the whole team to vote. I'm like, Dad, y'all got like $1 million vote lead. We're all right.
Well, I've got a cousin that's on the staff over there now, Derek's, and He's been blowing, him and his mother have been blowing me up to vote, 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 vote,
Yep.
vote. So I'm sure
Yep.
that is a much needed improvement for that place. Well, let's
Yep.
talk about your program here, Coach. You came in last year, got 4 wins. This year you're up to 5. I know you like the trajectory that your program's on right now.
Well, yeah, look, we're making strides. I mean, we're, the team we are this year, team we were last year is honestly not that different. We lost a bunch of one-score games this year and last year, and then this year we seem to have flipped a few of those. And so, but, when you win those close games, the team gets a lot of confidence and they're playing well. We got a lot of young kids, just like a lot of colleges right now in today's day and age. But really excited about it. And so now we got to go try to take another step here to go 5-1 in conference.
I'm a Razorback fan, so I'm used to those one-score losses. How do you talk to your team when you've lost quite a few of those kind of games and get them to get over that hump?
Yeah, well, I mean, last year we had to talk about it a lot because it happened, and we had to tell them, the difference of feeling great and feeling bad is 1 or 2 plays, and you got to kind of keep them believing. And so this year, these seniors this year that have stuck with us, they've really taken some of that to heart. And we had a great off season, and they're seeing the dividends that they have earned over this last year that we've all been together. And so fortunately this year we've been able to celebrate those one-score victories, and so hopefully we can keep it going today.
The team you're facing tonight, Texas College, Coach, they're on the other side of that. They lost a lot of guys last year after a really good season. They come in with a ton of freshmen. I think they have 3 seniors on the entire roster. But, teams like this can be dangerous.
Oh, there's no doubt. Look, athletically, you're not going to find a team that have better athletes at receiver and DB, and they're running around. I mean, they've scored a lot of points on offense. They've scored a lot of points on defense. When you got a team, a bunch of young guys, and we're the same way. We make jokes because they don't know what they don't know. They don't care what their record is. They care what our record is. They're going to show up and play with a lot of energy and a lot of juice and try to, spoil our season here. So, we're playing for something, and so we just got to challenge our kids to, you got to play to your standard. No matter the scoreboard doesn't, you got to play to our standard. If we can come out and do that tonight, we'll have a good game.
All right, Coach. Well, we're going to let you get to your team because we've got about 15 minutes for kickoff here. So thanks for joining us. Good luck to you tonight, Coach. We'll try to get a hold of you at halftime.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, Coach Ben McLaughlin of the LCU Wildcats joining us here on the pregame show. Of course, as always, he's excited about where his program is going. And I tell you this, as far as just Coach Ben McLaughlin, a little personal note here. I've worked with a lot of coaches over the years in college and in high school, and nobody has been better to me, easier to work with than Coach Ben McLaughlin. He is just an outstanding man as far as I'm concerned, and I hope he's here at LCU and has a lot of success for years to come. All right, we're about, 21 minutes away from kickoff tonight, and so we're going to step back and then come back and let the camera folks take it over for a little bit before we kick this thing off against the Texas College Steers coming up at 6 o'clock here on 446 Sports.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
There's a reason why more of your friends and neighbors talk about their cataract surgery at Wallace Eye Associates. They know our tradition of eye excellence spans decades. They also know how committed we are to our local community. If you're ready to have your vision restored through modern cataract surgery, call us to schedule your annual cataract evaluation. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Welcome back to LCU Wildcat Football as we're here in Pineville for a game at 6 o'clock tonight, about 15 minutes away from kickoff between the Wildcats and the Steers of Texas College as we run down your LCU Wildcat starting lineup tonight. Of course, the quarterback is going to be Bryce Perkins, redshirt freshman out of Van Buren, Arkansas. Dalton Cunningham from Alexandria. From Ash is going to be the running back. The wideouts, Somarius Davis, or Omar, as Doug told me today. That's a redshirt sophomore out of Largo, Florida. Edward Scott Jr. from Ash. And Xavion Butler from Bossier City. The tight ends, Xavier Jackson. Across the front, we've got Christian Gotru. Of course, if I mispronounce any of these names over here, you just tell me, because some of these names I might not be familiar with. He's the left tackle out of Dutchtown, Louisiana. Christian Arnett is the junior, the left guard from Longview. The center is J.D. Winans from Minden. The right guard's Devontae Roberts out of Lake Charles. Gavin Lilly, the right tackle out of New Iberia. The kicker is going to be Preston Baker, the freshman punter from Gonzales. And the place kicker, Levi Hilborn. And I've heard just a few moments ago that earlier today, Hilborn was named to the Fred Mitchell Award watch list, one of the best place kickers in the country. So congratulations for that designation. There's your LCU starting lineups. Back in just a moment on 446 Sports.
At Louisiana Christian University, you are more than just a number. You are a valuable part of a Christ-centered community, focused on connecting you with your purpose. Here, you'll interact with passionate faculty, gain valuable life experiences, and develop long-lasting friendships. With small class sizes, generous scholarship opportunities, and over 60 programs of study, the education you receive will set you up for success. Start your Wildcat journey today by visiting lcuniversity.edu.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
Once again, everyone, welcome to this evening's football game between your LC Wildcats and Texas College. We ask at this time that you would stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. We'll have a word of prayer followed by our national anthem. Let's pray together. Our gracious Lord and Heavenly Father, we thank you for this gorgeous evening that you've given us here today and the opportunity that we can be here to celebrate these athletes on the field. We ask that you would watch over and protect them. We pray for the officials, the coaches. We pray for all the fans that have driven from afar, that you give them safety as they travel back home after the game. We thank you for the life and freedoms and privileges that we have to live in this country. And most of all, Lord, we thank you for our blessed Savior, Jesus Christ, in whose name we pray. Amen.
Football 6 minutes away from kickoff. Let's run through your starting lineup on the defensive side tonight. Across the front, the nose guard is going to be Isaiah Doles, freshman from Oak Grove, Louisiana. Defensive end, Jonathan Mordelay from Lafayette. Defensive tackle, Romanian Jackson, Louisiana. The linebackers, Marquez Hampton from Shreveport and Lyric Hawkins from New Orleans. Inside linebackers is going to be Judson Mixon and Jordan Oglesby. Nate Sullivan and David Voorhees III going to be the corners. The free safeties, Kylon Polk and Brandon Johnson. And on special teams, Darius Washington and Daryl Walden will be handling the kick return. We are just a little over 5 minutes away from football. And LCU is coming out. They're about ready to run out onto the field here tonight as the Wildcats get set to take on Texas College Steers. Steers come into tonight's game winless on the season. Over from Tyler, Texas, play their home games in Rose Stadium, a stadium I'm familiar with. Done a lot of high school football games over there over the years. They have a very nice facility over there. They have made the short trip over tonight. Like we said earlier, they're a little low on numbers this season. Had a great season last year. Finished, I think, 8-3 last season. This year, they are struggling down in numbers. A lot of young players on this roster. As you look down at, you only see 3 seniors, top to bottom. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomore make up this Steers roster. And as Coach Ben says, though, they don't know what they don't know. So they do know that they're talented. There's a lot of speed on that team. They've scored points on offense and defense, given up a lot of points a game. Well, 46 points a game they are giving up defensively. As the Wildcats come across the hill, and they're about ready to run out onto the field. We're just over 4 minutes away from kickoff tonight. Here from Wildcat Stadium on a beautiful Friday. Going to be nasty tomorrow. We've been set up out at Indian Creek, ready for Halloween out there tomorrow night. Looks like that's going to still go on, and even with the rain. Not sure if we're going to be out handing out candy in that one. We may just be hiding in the camper. Depends on how hard it's raining out there, I guess. A lot of things are planned for this weekend, but I think it's going to rain a lot tomorrow. I think Nick was the last I heard, said there's going to be 2 rounds of it moved through tomorrow. Wildcats are gathered on the hill above the field, and they're about ready to run down to the cheerleaders.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet. Let's welcome your Wildcats.
And here come the Wildcats as Al Cordovan gives a little welcome. Folks are standing here on the home side tonight. Wildcats take the field. The Steers are already out there on the other side. We're about ready for kickoff. Just 3 minutes on the clock. Still to go. Refs meeting out at midfield, and the captains are about to come out and get this flip underway and see who's going to get the ball first to start this ball game out. Got Mills sitting in for Doug Gann tonight. Of course, Doug is handling the game between Ash and Ruston. That should be a good high school game. I have to pull that one up here.
Your captains for the Wildcats, number 8, Nate Sullivan. Number 83, Terrence Williams, and number 93, Chase Terrebonne.
All right, their captains are meeting out at midfield.
Our referee for tonight is Joe Greer.
The ref is mic'd up, but I don't think he turned it on. Giving them some instructions out there. And the flip is in the air. And let's see who wins.
LCU has won the coin toss. Defer to the second half.
All right. So the Steers, or LCU wins the coin toss. They're going to defer until the second half. And it looks like the
Texas Christian has elected to receive away from the clock. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right, so the Steers going to be moving right to left here as we look down from the press box toward the scoreboard.
Wildcats deferring the opening kick.
We're just about good to go here. All right, I'm getting used to our setup up here in the booth. I've got people talking everywhere in this picture. We will get through it tonight, one way or another. We're about ready for football here from Wildcat Stadium as the sun goes down over Pineville. The referees break their huddle. They've got a female referee out there for tonight's game. We're on the far side. As the Steers come out, they're ready to receive this kickoff. Levi Hilborn is about ready to kick it deep. Earlier today, Hilborn was named to the Fred Mitchell Award watch list. So congratulations to Levi for getting put on that list. That's a good list to be on, one of the best place kickers in the country. He's a junior. It's on the tee, and we're ready for football. Kick, it's going to be end over end, and it's going to be fielded back at the goal line. Coming out over the 5, 10, and he's hit and dropped immediately at the 13-yard line. That was a good special teams play there by Marquez Hampton, the outside linebacker. Coming down on special teams. He's just a freshman, and he just made a good play there to pin the Steers back deep. So the Steers are going to take over at the 13-yard line. Get started in this one. 1st and 10 for the Steers.
Steers will have a 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
We'll come out and get ready to snap this one. I'm going to be more focused on the Wildcats roster than I am the Steers roster tonight. This is a Wildcat broadcast. We'll try to get as many names out there as possible. That's Crockett, the quarterback, who tries to get it away out of the end zone. That was dangerous. He does get it out of bounds. Good pressure there by Oglesby, the inside linebacker. A senior coming up to make a good play. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Clock stops, 14:47 here in the opening quarter. Just underway from Wildcat Stadium tonight. As they'll spread it out with 2 wide split right and 1 over here to the near side. 1 back in the backfield to the left of Crockett, who's back in the gun. There's the snap. He'll hand it off to the back. Back coming ahead, and he's going to spin around and be dropped. And that is, let's see, 47, Jonathan Mordelay coming up and making that stop the Wildcats. In the backfield back there for the Steers. To get a number there to see. There it is. Look at my monitor here. Devon Green is the running back. He's a freshman. Here's our 3rd down play. Pass, a little inside slant, and incomplete at the 22. Good coverage there by Christian Doyle and from his linebacker spot, and that's going to be a 3 and out for the Steers as they bring the special teams unit on to punt this one away. So 3 and out for the Wildcat defense to get this one started out. 14:05 left to go here in the opening quarter, and the Wildcats are going to get the football. As they'll drop a man back to the right around midfield, right on that LC logo at midfield. Washington is the deep man for the Wildcat. Here's the punt as he sidesteps, end-over-end kick, wobbly, and it's going to take a steer's bounce and go down inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 from their own 36. Wildcats about to get the football for the first time tonight. Coach McLaughlin's offense ready to take the field with 13:50 left to go here in the opening quarter. No score. Steers go 3 and out on their opening possession. Now it's the Wildcats' turn. 1st and 10 from the 37. They'll split one wide out to each side. And one back in the backfield, about a yard behind and to the right of the quarterback. Takes a snap, quick throw over here, little bubble screen to the right, and that is incomplete. Coach McLaughlin loves these little bubble screens. Seen him run a lot of those over the years. That's going to be 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Perkins, the quarterback, back in the backfield, the redshirt freshman out of Van Buren, Arkansas. Takes the snap, he'll fake, now roll to his right, looking to throw, trying to find an option, and everybody was covered downfield, so he just takes off and runs and gets what he can out to the 39, close to the 40. Call it a gain of 1, 2, 3 on the play. Less than 3, more like a little 2. Clock still running, 13:20 to go here in the opening quarter. 3rd down and 8 now for the Wildcats. 2 wides left, one here to the near side, and defense moved in the neutral zone and made contact, so that should be a 5-yard penalty unless they rule that somebody moved on that offensive line. Let's see what the ref says. Our referee tonight, Joe Greer.
Offside. Defense, number 99. 5 yards. 3rd down.
All right, 5-yard penalty. That makes it 3rd down and 3 after the penalty on the defense for being in the neutral zone. And then, of course, they make contact as well. 3rd down, 3 to go. Wildcats take the snap. They'll hand it off, and it's a run straight ahead. He's going to get the 1st down. That is going to be Dalen Cunningham, the running back. He gets right to the sticks, a little past it. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Our first down of the ball game, 13 to go here in the 1st quarter. That puts the ball up at the 48-yard line. Wildcats moving fast. 2 wides left, 1 to the right. They're going to throw over to the left, trying to hit the inside receiver on a slant, and that goes incomplete. And that is going to be Xavier Butler, the intended wide receiver. So that brings up 2nd down and 10. Line the slot up over here on the near side this time. And once again, they get the defense to jump. This is a free play, just going to chunk it downfield, and it is incomplete. Trying to hit Omar Davis down here. Incomplete pass, so I think we're going to once again get defense in the neutral zone. Make contact that time, but a penalty nonetheless.
Offside. Defense, number 58. 5 yards. 2nd down.
So the 2nd penalty on this drive for the Steers. 12:38 to go here in the opening quarter. Wildcats driving for the first time, helped out by 10 yards of penalties. They have a 2nd down and about 7 now. 2nd down and 5 is what they've got on the scoreboard. There's a run straight ahead, and he's going to be close to that 1st down marker. And he's going to be just shy, call it a yard shy of the 1st down. So they'll line it up, one back in the backfield, and they'll hand it off to him again straight ahead. He's not touched until he gets across the 40, gets down to the 37-yard line. And that is once again Cunningham, the running back. Redshirt sophomore from Ash. Gets a 1st down for Wildcat. They'll stack 2 receivers over here to the near side. This time defense comes through and gets the sack. They sent the house that time and were able to get Perkins on the ground pretty easily. That's a big sack all the way back to the 49-yard line. That's going to set up 2nd down and long for the Wildcats. Go from 2nd down and fairly short, or 1st down, I should say, at the 38. Now all the way back to the 49-yard line. 2nd and 21. Twins over here on the near side. One receiver stacked out to the right, to the left of the formation. One back in the backfield as Perkins stepping up to the line, changing things up a little bit. He's going to look, throw downfield, and it's going to be underthrown. Trying to hit Omar Davis on a slant. And that's going to stop the clock with 11:04 left to go here in the first quarter on the incomplete pass. 3rd down and 21 now. Wildcats gave up a big sack just a moment ago that put them back in 3rd down and long. Not much in the playbook for this, and he is sacked again. The Red Sea parted, and the defense got in the backfield in a hurry, and that's going to stop the Wildcat drive right there as Perkins goes down for his 2nd big sack of the night. Not much he could do. The rush was on right in his face about time he took the ball. So 10:41 left to go here in the opening quarter, and the Wildcats going to have to punt it away as the Steers drop a man back to the 25-yard line. That is got a man standing back at the 25. Whistles blow. Timeout on the field. 10:20 left to go in the first quarter. No score. This is 446 Sports.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
Welcome back. 10:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Wildcats going to have to punt it away after 2 big sacks. Removing the ball, helped out by a couple of penalties. But the Steers made up for those penalties with 2 huge sacks, making it 4th down and 34. As the Steers drop a man back to the 25-yard line awaiting this punt. Hunter standing at his own 23. Rolls to his right, gets it off foot. Good kick, end over end. And fair caught at the 28-yard line. Touch where the Steers will take over. Steers came out and went 3 and out on their first possession. And they hold on defense, and so they'll get the football with 10:15 left to go here in this first quarter. 1st and 10 Steers from the 28-yard line. Well, they get out of the shadow of their own goal line at least. The field position flipped just a little bit after those 2 big sacks. We're back inside the 15 to start the game, so they're slowly inching in the right direction for them. Here comes our first down play. And we've got flags everywhere, movement. So let's find out what our penalty is. Somebody moved, one side or another. See what our referee Joe Greer has to say as they meet at the 20 to decide who it was that jumped first. And the Steers are pointing over toward the Wildcats saying it's on them. Find out here in just a moment. Get the call.
Illegal snap on the center, number 75, 5 yards, 1st down.
Apparently that was wishful thinking on the part of the Steers because it ends up being on them. The way they were acting, and that was all LCU. No, it's going to be on the Steers of Texas College, and that's going to be a penalty. Going to drop it back to the 23-yard line, 5-yard penalty, so we've got 1st and 15. The receiver's right, one here to the near side. Quarterback, little swing pass out of the backfield, complete to the back. And he's over the 30, 35, and he's out of bounds over on the far side out at the 34-yard line. So that's a good pitch and catch there from the quarterback to the tailback. He gets a good gain all the way out to the 30. They're going to put it right at the 35. So 2nd down and 5 after what we'll call a 10-yard get.
We should have 9:58 on the clock.
All right, as the ref is giving the press box some instructions. And it's going to be 2nd down and closer to 3. They've got 2nd and 5 on the scoreboard. Not 2nd and 3. As we wait.
Thank you.
There we go. Now we've got the play clock, the game clock set. 9:58 left to go in this opening quarter. It is 2nd down and 3. Steers with their 2nd possession of the ball game. Wildcats showing blitz. Now they back out. They hand it off to the tailback, who stutters and then gets a good head of steam and goes straight ahead for a 1st down across the 40. A good run by the tailback. And that's Savon Green, the freshman running back out of New Orleans. He's going to get out to the 44, 1st and 10 for the Steers. That's their first down of the ball game. Coach McLaughlin said there was a lot of speed on this team, and he's right. We've seen it so far. Here's the quarterback looking left all the way, and it's good coverage downfield. And receiver just couldn't get any separation from the defender there, and that was good coverage. And an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10. Was the corner on that coverage.
2nd down and 10.
That's going to be Voorhees? Yep, David Voorhees on the coverage there. Here comes a blitz. Hand off to the tailback, who runs right past the blitzers and gets almost 10 yards. That's going to be close to the 1st down marker. They're going to call him about a yard shy. A way to negate those blitzers. A little quick handoff and went to the other gap. 8:52 left to go here in this opening quarter. 3rd down and 1 for the Steers. Wildcats trying to get a defensive stop after holding them to 3 and out on their first possession. Steers now getting a drive going. Here comes another handoff to the tailback. He is untouched until now, but not after giving up 20 yards down to the 25-yard line. He busted through that line. Nobody touched him until he was well in the secondary, and he gets all the way down to the 24. As the quarterback looks over, Marion Crockett, their freshman quarterback out of Dallas, he looks over for the sign. Got tripped right. One receiver over here to the near side, one back in the backfield as he shifts him over to the left, the quarterback. There's the snap. It's going to be a pass to the outside receiver, complete. Runs inside, breaks a tackle, gets down inside the 5 to the goal. Let's see, where are they going to put him? Right, okay, that's right about the 7-yard line. So that's going to be 1st down and goal for the Steers. And it's going to be at the Wildcat 7-yard line. Clock running, 7:20 to go here in this opening quarter, and the Steers threatening 1st. They'll switch the back over. Receivers to each side of the formation. Throw to the right, and that's going to be over everybody's head, trying to hit the inside receiver on a slant. And that one was overthrown, incomplete, makes it 2nd down and goal. Ball is spotted at the 7-yard line. And so run a man on for Texas College. I have a lot of guys who run on at all. Not a lot of depth on that Texas College team. Here's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it. That was a run all the way by the quarterback, but he's not going to get much. As a matter of fact, I think he's going to lose a little bit. Yep, loses a yard back to the 8. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal now, as the Wildcats have stiffened up here inside the red zone. As they start doing a defensive chant over here on the home side, the cheerleaders down here to my right. 6:27 to go, first quarter, 3rd down and goal. Quarterback throws on the inside slant and is going to get him that time. Touchdown, Steers. It's a good reception there by number 87. That's Tylen Crockett, sophomore from Dallas. Guessing him and the quarterback are related. And it's going to be 6-0. Steers with the lead over the Wildcats here in the first quarter. After the Wildcats started off their first possession, looked promising, and then the defense blew it up on 2 big sacks, forced a punt, and now the offense has just moved down the field, and there's the extra point up and good. 7-0 is our score. 6:22 left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats get the ball coming up here on 446 Sports. Welcome back. 6:22 left to go here in the first quarter. 7-0. Steers with the lead as they get the first score of the game. Driving down, 72 yards on that drive. As it started at their own 28 after a punt by the Wildcats. Wildcats moved the ball early in their first drive, but then it stalled out after 2 big sacks. They were helped out by 10 yards of penalties last time by the Steers. As they get it on the tee and get ready to kick it off. See that offense again. Ben could have not been happy. We saw in that first offensive possession by the Wildcats. Comes the kick. It's going to be short end over end, and it's going to be caught at the 47-yard line. A little I guess you'd call that a squib kick. Hoping one of the upbacks gets it and fumbles it. 6:22 left to go here in the opening quarter, and the Wildcats going to get great field possession at their own 47-yard line. Here to start their second drive of the game as Texas College scored on their last possession. Wildcats trying to answer. They stack 3 over here on the near side, but they're going to hand it off to the tailback. He goes straight ahead, and he is gang tackled and pulled back by the leg. Was not going to get far. So that's going to bring up, they're going to give him about 2 yards, 2nd down and 8. Trips here to the near side. They'll hand it off again, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Driven back. He was actually met behind the line of scrimmage. And he's going to lose a little bit there. Not much, about 6 inches. Be a little bit of a loss. 2 receivers again over here on the near side. Wildcats go fast, look to the right, try to hit the inside receiver, and they get him. The slot receiver makes the catch at the 46-yard line, but he's going to be shy of a 1st down. Going to bring up 3rd down, and it's 4th down and 3. I thought it was 4th down. They just switched it over there. Now they'll stack the receivers here on the near side. They'll switch the tight end over. Fake the handoff, try to hit the inside route, and going nowhere. Texas College read that one well, and that is going to be a turnover on down. So the Wildcats go 4 and out on this possession. They give Texas Southern the ball in great field position at the 46.
On the clock, 4-5-5.
Once again, our clock operator and referee get on the same page. 4:55 left to go here in the first quarter. It's a 7-0 Texas Southern lead. They scored on their last possession, and the Wildcats just went 4 and out, turning it over on 4th down. Trips right. They'll hand it off to the back, coming this side. Good pursuit by the LCU defense. And Omar Davis gets in there and makes the stop.
Tackle made by David Voorhees. And number 44, Judson Mixon.
Judson Mixon also in on that tackle. Trips again to the right as the quarterback looks over to the sideline to get his play. 7-0 Steers here in the first quarter. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man who's got his man beat, but a good recovery there by the defense, and they throw a flag. Didn't turn his head around there, and they get Coleman for the pass interference. Coleman covering the cornerback, 6-foot freshman out of Lafayette. And that's going to be a big 15-yard penalty. Great call here, referee.
Pass interference. Defense, number 8. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Call it on Nate Sullivan. Is not who I thought was running down the field. But that's who they're going to call it on. Here's the handoff back. Comes across the 35 down inside the 30. And that's Green once again making the run for the Steers. Von Green, the freshman running back out of New Orleans. Trips right. Green's in the backfield to the left of the quarterback. Quarterback's going to throw. And it's tipped up in the air and intercepted. 20, 25, 30 across midfield he goes. And he's brought down at the 45. And there's a big turnover by LCU. And that is going to be Nate Sullivan, the corner. They got a penalty on him a few moments ago, but he comes up with a big play there and gives the Wildcats the football inside Steers territory. All the way down, where are they going to spot it? They're going to spot it at the 44-yard line. Well, the Wildcats with a great opportunity here, down 7-0 with 3:33 left to go in the opening quarter. The ball inside Steer territory at the 44. Two receivers right, they're going to hand it off to the back, coming straight ahead. And he's going to get up to, or down to the 42-yard line. Now, looking to throw, and his hand is hit. Was that a fumble? The ball was loose, but it was recovered by Perkins. They are going to call that a fumble and a loss. Recovered by the offense. So that puts the ball back to the 48. Refs telling them to wind the clock with 3 minutes left to go here in this opening quarter. It's not an incomplete pass. not started a play clock yet. Now they do. We got two backs in the backfield. They'll shift one over to the left. And I thought maybe they were going to try to hit him on there over the little pass in the flats, but instead they go straight ahead. Little dump play down to the 42. Cunningham on the reception. 4th down now and 8. This offense has not done anything since the opening possession that stalled out after 2 big sacks. Steers drove down and scored on the strength of their running back and big pass play. 7-0 Steers with 1:58 left, and the Wildcats going to punt it away. High end over end kick. It's going to hit at the 20, take an LCU bound. Steers bound. Get out of the 25. So the Steers going to get it right inside their own 26-yard line to start their next possession. 1:49 left on the clock here in the first quarter. It's a 7-0 Texas College lead here from Wildcat Stadium tonight. The Steers come out for their next possession. Steers, good running on that last drive. The drive before that, I should say. Last drive ended in an interception. This time it's going to be a handoff, and we've got 5 Wildcats back there that shut that one down. Voorhees is back there. Got an injury. Kendall Rowan was back there as well. Timeout on the field, 1:32 left to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Steers here on 446 Sports.
At Louisiana Christian University, you are more than just a number. You are a valuable part of a Christ-centered community, focused on connecting you with your purpose. Here, you'll interact with passionate faculty, gain valuable life experiences, and develop long-lasting friendships. With small class sizes, generous scholarship opportunities, and over 60 programs of study, the education you receive will set you up for success. Start your Wildcat journey today by visiting lcuniversity.edu.
Minute 32 left to go here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Texas College with the lead for the Wildcats, as we still have a player down just inside the 20-yard line for the Steers as they continue to work on him. Wildcats unable to get anything going offensively here in this first quarter other than a couple of plays on the opening drive. That drive was shut down by 2 big sacks. Finally, they get Jaden Robinson, the freshman out of Arlington, Texas, up off the ground and start working him over to the sideline as he needs some help to get off the field. Hopefully he'll be okay. Texas College team already low in numbers. And they're going to lose a man right there, at least for now. The Wildcats trying to find a way to, they came into this game looking at it. Texas College comes in at 0-6. Wildcats at 5-3. And so far, it has been the Steers. 7-0 lead. They do an interception on their last possession, but the story is on defense. The Wildcats have just been able to get nothing going on offense. 2 receivers to each side. Quarterback looking to his right, throws, and it's complete. And that's going to be a first down over the 35. They'll put him out at the 37-yard line. So big gain there by Texas College. Makes it 1st and 10. The Wildcats have turned it over on downs once and then had to punt 2 other times here in this first quarter. Steers went 3 and out on their opening possession, and then they were able to drive down and score. And our mascot is up here. How you doing? Having a good time here on a Friday night doing football. There we go. Where's the cameras? I don't even know where the camera is over here. Here's a run coming this side out over the 45 to midfield. It's right here. All right, now I know where it is. It's right there. Mascot comes up to say hi, and I don't even know where to tell him to look. All right, that's going to be a run and another first down for Texas Southern, or Texas College. There we go. 27 seconds left to go here in this opening quarter. 7-0. Steers with the lead and the football as they're driving again after another first down. Trips right, one here to the near side. They'll hand it off. Back is hit in the backfield, and he's corralled and dropped for a loss. That's a good defensive play there. Kristen Doyle in there. And who else was back there? Is that All right, that's the end of the first quarter. 7-0. Texas College with the lead. They're going to be facing a second down and long when we start the second quarter here in just a minute on 446 Sports.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in last dab reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment.
Second down and 14. Wildcats needed a big play like they just had defensively to push Texas Southern back as they switch into the field. Or Texas College, I should say, they're leading 7-0. They've got second and long. They're going to throw it deep, and that is incomplete. And I think Coleman was beat a little bit there, but Washington was coming in. Not Washington, that's Brandon Johnson, the safety. It was coming in there and made the receiver look away a little bit. It falls incomplete, now third down and long. Wildcats need a stop here. They trail 7-0. Get a little momentum on their side. 2 receivers wide to each side here. Quarterback takes the snap and he looks and throws an inside slant, and that's going to be complete. And he's going to be down inside the 42-yard line for another first down for Texas Southern. That's Joseph Powell. I believe on the reception. No, that was 18, Jaden Nichols. Jaden Nichols on the reception. He's the outside receiver. Now line 3 up on the near side again, and the back comes in motion. They look to swing it to him, and then the quarterback takes off with it. And he's got good gain down inside the 35. They're going to put him down right at the 35. So Crockett, the freshman quarterback, good job there. They make the little swing pass out to the back and takes off. And he's going to get about 7 yards on the carry. So right now, all the momentum on that Texas side, Texas College side of the ball. As the Steers moving again, already up 7-0. Second down and 3. A handoff, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped. That's going to be a loss. Well, they're going to give him forward momentum. The ref comes back to the line of scrimmage. Jackson came in and made that hit. Well, why the referee is standing there, that shouldn't have been. He was hit farther back than that. Well, they're going to call a loss of 7. back to the 42-yard line. So 3rd and 10. And a flag comes out. I think we might have had somebody lined up wrong here on the offensive side. It appears so. They're backing up.
On the offense, number 50, 5 yards, third down.
So false start on number 50. Loss of 5 after that penalty, so now 3rd down and 15. Wildcats looking for a big stop. There's a pass incomplete over the head of the intended receiver, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So the Wildcats should get the ball back here as the special team units come onto the field. And Texas College is going to punt it away. Back deep for the Wildcats is going to be Darius Washington, freshman from Ash. Got 12:49 left to go on the game clock until halftime. It's a 7-0 Texas Southern lead. It's a high snap. Punter brings it down. Short punt, end over end. They're going to call it, get away from it. So let it bounce. It's going to take an LC bounce and gets to 32. I don't know what it is about tonight, but the ball's wanting to bounce that way. And so while LCU is moving that way, take advantage of the bounce, and they're going to get out to the 32-yard line now. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Need to get something going on offense. This offense has not moved the football efficiently in the first half, put it mildly. Twins right. One here to the near side. There's the snap. It's going to be a handoff going right. And he's going to come off right tackle, and he's going to get up to about the 36-yard line. Call it 37, and that's a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5. A little quick pass out to the near side, or far side. That's complete. Out to the 39. That's another short gain. 3rd down, and now 4 to go. Yeah, that was a little bit, about 3 yards to go. 3.5. High snap. Quarterback brings it down, hands it off, and the back is hit and dropped immediately. This defensive line for Texas Southern, and our Texas College, I don't know why people want to call them Texas Southern. This defensive line is stout. Ben's just trying to wear them down because they don't have a lot of depth. You got to think that by the second half, those little short runs and those stop the line of scrimmage are going to turn into something bigger. 4th down and short. 11:26 to go here in the first half, and the Wildcats are going to call a timeout. They were just trying to get them to jump offside again. 7-0. Texas College with the lead over the Wildcats with 11:26 left to go until halftime here on 446 Sports.
Central Louisiana's
All right, 11:26 left to go until halftime, and the Wildcats have decided to punt it away as it's 4th down and 4. And it's going to be a fake. On the right side, he's got the 1st down and more to midfield. That was a slow developing fake. Darius Johnson ends up getting the 1st down. And maybe that's the momentum changer that the Wildcats needed here in the slow-moving first half of the Wildcats. The offense has kind of been stuck in the mud. There's a 1st down after that trick play. The Wildcats are close to midfield. There's a handoff to the back, and he's not going to get outside. Good pursuit by the defense over there on the far side. And Cunningham is stopped for a loss. Be a loss of 2. Ball back at the 47-yard line. Scrimmaging off the right hash. It's going to be a throw. That should be a pass interference. And I'll tell you what, 34 was getting a lot of jersey there, but no call, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. As Coach McLaughlin's out on the field, yelling out instructions, calling the plays. Davis over here, the intended receiver. And I think the defender might have got away with one there. That's all right. Here comes the snap. Quarterback takes off, and he's past the line of scrimmage now, so he's just got to run it, get down to the 49. I think for a minute there he thought about pulling up and trying to throw it if somebody could have come open. But nobody did, and as it is, it's a gain across midfield into Steers territory at the 49, but here we are facing another 4th down. 4th down and 8 to go for Texas College. Texas College in their road white. There's purple trim on those jerseys. There's a pass complete. And he tries to stutter step and get around the defender, but he can't. But as it is, Omar Davis gets a big reception down to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcat. Best play we've seen in a while for the Wildcats tonight. This offense trying to get it going. Wins right, one here to the near side. That's Davis. They'll hand it off again to the back, who looks outside, then cuts it back in and gets down to the 35. So there's a positive gain on 1st down. Dalton Cunningham on the run. That's something that Wildcats have kind of struggled with here lately, is those 1st down run. They'll fake the handoff. Quarterback's going to roll to his right. He has a man, and that's intercepted. He overshot his man, who was wide open over here. Davis was wide open about the 30. Now we've got flags coming in everywhere at the end of the play. There was a little jawing going on, I think, there at the end. Alvin on the interception. So each team has turned the ball over on an interception. We'll see what the flags are. Well, something on.
After the interception, illegal blindside block on the offense, number 66, 15 yards from the end of the run, 1st down, Texas College.
So a big penalty at the end of that. 15-yarder tacked on to the end of the interception. And so that gives the Steers the ball all the way out to the 48-yard line. These Steers are winless so far this season. They don't have a lot of players or a lot of young guys, freshmen and sophomore. The longer you let them hang around in a game like this, the more they start to believe. And right now, they're believing. A little swing pass out of the backfield, complete, and he's got the 1st down. Unless they say he stepped out of bounds before he got to the marker over there. Yep, they are. They're going to say he stepped out, and we're at the 45. They end up putting. It's going to be 2nd down. He stepped out of bounds. About 3-4 to go. All right, they're going to put it down at right at the 45 of the Wildcat. And Texas College again. It's a good play on 1st down. Low snap, quick handoff to the back. He's coming this side. He's got the 40, 35, 30. Flag comes flying in. I think we're going to have a hold down field on 85. I think we're going to have a hold down field on number 85, David Martin, who's a freshman. Totally unnecessary. It's a spot foul, though, so that'll still be a 1st down.
On the offense, number 85, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Field results in the second down.
Yep, spot foul. Called that downfield. Spot of the foul. Well, nonetheless, they do not give him the first down. Second down and 4 to go. Quarterback's looking for somebody to throw to. Nobody's there, so he tucks and runs, and he's going to slide down at the 40, and that's going to give him a first down. And it is going to be Crockett. I don't know if his name is pronounced Crockett or Crockett. I'm hearing it both ways. The talented freshman from Dallas. Another one with the same last name as him is out there as a receiver who's a sophomore, so I'm guessing that's the older brother. Trips left, one ride to the right. They'll fake the handoff, pressure, and the quarterback's able to get it off. That was a good job getting that off under pressure. And they're going to give him forward momentum, blow the whistle at the 33-yard line. And that's going to be second down and short. Second down and about a yard. All the momentum's over there on the Steers sideline right now, as the Wildcats offense pretty much been stuck in the mud for the most part tonight and turned it over. Did have an exciting fake punt earlier that resulted in a first down, but then an interception. The back takes it and stumbles, but he picks up the first down, and we've got another flag down. Flag comes down, and I see the Wildcats' hands flying around. They're not happy. Let's see what the call is here, as they discuss it at 33. 6:53 left to go until halftime. 7-0 Steers with the lead. And Coach McLaughlin's going to have plenty to talk about with his team at halftime tonight. They're still discussing. They end up calling them. Come back there in the defensive backfield.
Personal foul. Late hit on the defense. Number 32. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic. First down. Texas College.
So we're looking at a lot of yards and penalties on this drive. 2 personal fouls now have pushed the ball all the way down inside the 17-yard line. 4, they reset the game clock to 7:03 here. Texas College now leading 7-0. They're knocking on the door again inside the red zone at the 17. Trips left, one here over on the near side of the formation. Quarterback's looking left all the way. Now he looks right, rolls out, flag comes in. And it's pass incomplete in the end zone. We'll check the flag that's thrown back at the 28. Another penalty on this drive. The flag was thrown. It looked like we might have a hold over here. Pick up one flag. Pick up the other flag.
Holding. Offense. Right. Number 50. Personal foul. Roughing passer. Defense. Number 9. Those penalties offset. Replay the down.
So we've got offsetting penalties. That's why they've just picked them up. Offsetting penalties. Now we're going to have first down for Texas College. 17. Quarterback looks left, throws, dumped off in the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. They could have put that ball any better there. But Jackson just couldn't hold on to it. Jackson's a junior, Tulsa, Oklahoma, intended receiver there. Incomplete, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for Texas College. They lead 7-0 with 6:48 left to go until halftime. Here comes our 2nd down play. Low snap, they'll hand it off to the back, who gets through and gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's going to be Savon Green, the freshman running back, the New Orleans native. So he gets down to the, about the 7-yard line? 9-yard line. 3rd down and 2 for the Steer. Quarterback dumps it out to the back, and he's going to be hit and dropped for a loss back at the 15. Wildcats made a good defensive play there. Needed that. Need something to really change this momentum. It's 4th down now. And if they're going to try a kick, watching them in warm-up today, this kicker would not instill confidence. The coach, put it that way. But here we go from the, and they're going to put it down at the 21, so 38-yard kick. Low snap, that kick is blocked and scooped up by the Wildcats. Down the field he goes, midfield, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Brandon Johnson comes up with it. Yep, Brandon Johnson scores for the Wildcats after the block kick. I knew their kicking game was not that consistent, just from watching him in pregame. And that time it was blocked, and Johnson gets the big scoop and score off the block kick, and the Wildcats are in this thing 7-6. They're an extra point away from tying it up with 5:22 left to go in the first quarter. So Hilborn comes on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it hit the upright and is no good. 7-6, it's a 1-point game. Wildcats fail to complete the extra point try. 5:22 until halftime. This is Wildcat football on 446 Sports.
My name is George Alec Houston. I'm assistant professor of political science in the History and Political Science Division. I'm in charge of the pre-law program, and I also help with the public administration majors. I grew up in a Christian household, attending church regularly.
Well, there was some discussion after that kick there, but off the upright, and that was no good. It's 7-6. Wildcats trail by 1 after the scoop and score off the block kick attempt. Wildcats on the board, though. The offense hadn't done very much tonight, but special teams coming up big on that. As the Wildcats get set to kick it back, 5:22 left to go until halftime. Steers were knocking at the door, and then the defense came up big for the Wildcats to turn them back. Glad to have you along from Wildcat Stadium tonight here in Pineville on a beautiful Friday night for football. And it's down in the 70s now, a little warm on the warm side. Tomorrow going to be rainy, supposed to start in the morning. A couple of browns coming through tomorrow. So they decided to move the game to Friday night. Does some mothballs off me to help call this game tonight. I don't think I've talked this much since I was with Ben and Buckeye down in New Orleans a couple of years ago. Here's the kickoff, end over end kick, and it's going to hit and die the receiver thought it was going to go into the end zone. He did not. That ball hit and died, and that's going to be all the way back at the 3-yard line. A flag is in there at the end of the play because the ball went out of bounds. So I guess, yeah, they're going to bring it out to the 35 since the ball went out of bounds. Oh, you tried to push it out. Okay, I didn't see that. We'll see what the call is. Oh, we got instant replay going over here. Yeah.
Legal body on the return team, number 3. At the distance when the ball went out of bounds. First down, Texas College.
So Texas College is going to have the ball at the 1.5 yards after that. I missed that at the end of the play where he was trying to push it out of bounds. So it's defense kind of pinned back here. Here's back and come after him. You can get a safety here. Got 5:20 left to go until halftime. Steers up by 1 point. To get everybody in the formation they need. Winds to each side. Quarterback looking left, now right, throws in the middle, and it's batted around, almost intercepted. Linebacker had a chance there to make a play on it, but he was unable to get his hands on it. Going to be I'll tell you what, that linebacker, if he could have held on to that, battered around, a dangerous play for the offense, but would have been a golden opportunity for the defense. So now we've got second down. And they'll hand it off to the back. He comes straight ahead, lowers his shoulder, and gets out to about the 8-yard line. It's going to be Miko Barnes on the carry. 3rd down and 4 now as the crowd comes alive over here on the home side. Not a big crowd, but they are pretty vocal out there tonight. 3rd down and 4 for the Steers. Here's the snap. Quarterback's back in the end zone now, tries to get out of it. Gets out of trouble, throws it downfield, incomplete. And the Wildcats hold and going to force a punt. So now the Wildcats should get good field position here. They can mount a drive. Offense has not been able to do much so far in this first half. And Coach McLaughlin's got some tricks to throw out there to get them going. 4.5 to go until halftime. 7-6 our scores. Steers with a 1-point lead. Got a man standing back at the 40. Going to be Darius Washington. Low snap. Kicker gets it away. Washington fields it at the 35. Goes on far side of the field and gets down to the 35-yard line. So you call it at the 31-yard line. So good. Yeah, not good. Great field position here for the Wildcats. Down by a point after a mixed extra point a few moments ago. Now let's see if this offense can score. Scored on special teams with a scoop and score off a block kick earlier. Now let's see if this offense can move the ball. As Perkins brings his team out on the field. His offense. Going to have Davis lined up on the far side of the formation. There's a snap, handoff straight ahead. And that running game that's been stymied so far in this first half, getting a little traction there, getting down to the 25 on that carry. That's about a 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4. Again, they'll hand it off to the back. And again, he pounds out another great run all the way down to the 12, 17-yard line. And so that's another good run by the back. And now he's hitting the backfield and dropped. Tried to pitch it outside there, and Coleman goes down.
Tackle made by number 4, Kendrick Lee.
Excuse me, Johnson running back.
Loss of 5 will be second down.
So that's a 5-yard loss, second down and 15 now. Quarterback looking left, now comes back right, and he's going to throw into the end zone. Double coverage over there. That's dangerous. Is it picked off?
Pass to the end zone.
What do they call it? It looks like it's either intercepted or it's a touchdown. One of the two. Who's got the football? Who's got the football?
So they're trying to determine who made the catch. It is, in fact, an
Interception and touchback. So there's the second interception of the night. That was dangerous. Double coverage over there, and they're still fighting for it.
interception.
LCU comes up with it, but they're going to say, nope. That is going to be an interception and a turnover. And so the Wildcats unable to do anything with a good field position. Turn it over on an interception. That's their second pick of the night. 3:11 left to go until halftime. Steers are up 7-6. Bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. That's where Texas College is going to take over. First and 10. Back coming in motion. We had guys moving everywhere. Flags down. Who moved first? Somebody might have moved over on the right side of that line. We'll find out.
On the defense,
they're gonna call on
number
defense.
99, unabated to the quarterback, 5 yards, still first down.
Well, nobody moved over there by the offensive line. It was offsides on the defense, running unabated to the quarterback. So that's going to be a penalty. And it's going to be first down and 5. Penalties racking up for the Wildcats tonight. First down and 5 to go with 3:10 left to go in the first half. And the Steers up by a point. And there's a good stop in the backfield. Originally grabbed by Jamarian Jackson, defensive lineman. A little cleanup duty came in there. Cleanup help. But that's going to be a loss. Second down and 6. Only a loss of 1. The clock continues to run. 2:40 left to go here in the first half. Trips left for the Steers. One back in the backfield as he looks left all the way, and he throws it deep, and it's complete over on that far sideline. First down. Just chunked it up. The receiver was at the right place. Makes the catch at the 38-yard line. First and 10 for Texas College. Clock running. We're at about 2 minutes left to go here until halftime. As Steers are in no hurry. Now we're at the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes left to go until halftime. 7-6 Steers, and they have the ball first and 10 when we come back here on 446 Sports.
There's a reason why more of your friends and neighbors talk about their cataract surgery at Wallace Eye Associates. They know our tradition of eye excellence spans decades. They also know how committed we are to our local community. If you're ready to have your vision restored through modern cataract surgery, call us to schedule your annual cataract evaluation. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
2 minutes left to go here in this first half. It is 7-6. Texas College with a 1-point lead over LCU. Wildcats really able to get nothing going on offense. They've thrown a couple of interceptions. And this Texas College defense has stood tall tonight. A lot of penalties in this game as well. As the back comes in motion, they'll fake out the little swing pass out to him, turns, throws it to the other side. And that's another completion and another first down inside the 50 to the 49. Have Voorhees out there making the stop for LCU. Minute 38 left to go, first half. First and 10. Steers pass on a slant, complete, right at the sticks. Another first down. Right now, this Steers offense is getting clicking. And starting to slice right through this LCU defense. .39-yard line's the line of scrimmage. Clock running now, just about a minute left. Quarterback rolls right, directing traffic, now throws it out of bounds. Everybody was covered downfield. So Tamarian Crockett had nobody to throw to down there. Good covered by the Wildcats. Brings up second down and 10. Clock stopped with a minute 1 left to go. A 1-point game. Steers up by 1. Steers scored on a touchdown pass in the first quarter. And then LCU finally got on the board just a short while ago with a blocked attempt for a field goal. We'll scoop and score off the block kick attempt. There's the rush, getting to the quarterback, and they drop him. Flags come flying in. We'll check the flags. So that puts it at the right at midfield is where they'll drop him. 56 seconds left to go here in this first quarter.
Third down.
Okay, so that was on the offense, and they declined it, a hold in the backfield. But since there was a sack, they'll just say, nope, we'll take that sack. Third down and the loss of down. That's the important thing. Third down and 18. 52 seconds left to go until halftime. Third down, 18 is just letting the clock run. We're down to 34 seconds, and the play clock goes down to 0. And a timeout is called. Timeout, 30 seconds left to go until halftime, and we'll have a third down play coming up on 446 Sports. .31 seconds left to go until halftime, 7-6. Texas College is on top of LCU and facing a third down and 18 after a big sack just a few moments ago by the Wildcat defense. Man coming in motion. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off. He's hitting the backfield. Gets away from one tackler. Not going to get away from the second. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now a timeout by LCU. Coach McLaughlin wanting a few more seconds to see if his offense could do something. chance for maybe a block punt or something. 24 seconds left to go until halftime. It's going to be 4th down and 17. As the Wildcats talk about it over here on the near side. It's instructions, the defense there. The offense for LCU has not done a whole lot tonight. I'm sure Coach McLaughlin's going to have a lot to talk about with those guys at halftime. Defense has made some plays, given up a few plays as well. Big turn of events was earlier when the Steers were about to kick a field goal and it was blocked and returned for a touchdown, would put the Wildcats on the board. Here comes our punt plays. We've got a man standing back at the 18. Runs to his right, end over end kick. It's fielded at the 18, out over the 20, 25, and tripped up. It's Darius Washington, the return man, and that leaves 19 seconds on the clock. And a long way to go to get it into the end zone for the Wildcats. Let's see what Coach McLaughlin decides to do. Of course, Wildcats defer to the second half, so they'll get the ball to start the second. And, you know, again, you got to think this Steers defense, especially that defensive front, going to start wearing down a little bit as this game goes on. Got some talent up there, but they don't have a lot of depth. And the Wildcats have just been trying to pound it up the middle and wear them down. See if that helps in the second half. Here comes the run up the middle, and no going this time. He is cut down after a short 2-yard gain, and that's just going to run the first half clock out. Coach is not going to, if he'd have popped something there, he'd have tried it, but nope. Second down, and that's going to do it for the first half. 7-6. The Wildcats are down by 1 at the half. They're from Wildcat Stadium in Pineville on 446 Sports.
At Louisiana Christian University, you are more than just a number. You are a valuable part of a Christ-centered community, focused on connecting you with your purpose. Here, you'll interact with passionate faculty, gain valuable life experiences, and develop long-lasting friendships. With small class sizes, generous scholarship opportunities, and over 60 programs of study, the education you receive will set you up for success. Start your Wildcat journey today by visiting lcuniversity.edu.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in last dab reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
I'm Assistant Professor of Political Science in the History and Political Science Division. I'm in charge of the pre-law program, and I also help with the public administration majors. I grew up in a Christian household, attending church regularly, hearing the Bible at church as well as at home. It wasn't until I went off to college that I really recognized that my faith was my own and something that was my responsibility. I was able to cultivate relationships with Christian friends, a Christian church, and eventually meet and marry my wife there. And then starting to work in that area, teaching at a community college, and then eventually teaching in the prison system. After a while, I wanted to get back into the classroom. Most important to me, teaching in an environment where I could bring together my expertise in political science along with my faith in what was most important to me and my family. One of the reasons why I was drawn to pre-law and really law in general is because it does remind us of the role of Christians in this world, that people need to be supported and defended. And I think that that's something that the Bible calls us to do, to care about those that are, who are around us, in our neighborhood, in our community, in our region. And I think that the profession of law really asks human beings to set aside their own good and to really think about serving and helping those around them. In the political science field, it's often easy to become very pessimistic. It's often easy to become very jaded, and one can easily sense how it could be difficult to integrate faith in such a sort of murky, muddy, and even downright rotten environment at times. I try to explain to students that politics, like everything else in this world, is taking place in a fallen environment with fallen human beings that have a sinful nature. We have a couple of basic things that we hope to accomplish. One would be to just know the subject as it is. In addition to that, then we start to think about, well, where are some of those lines that we need to draw as Christians in evaluating what's good and bad, right and wrong? And how do we approach, thinking about, well, what do we do about those things that we identify as wrong or sinful, immoral? And what is our role as a Christian and as a citizen? I think students really get to see their professors, their instructors, really walking out their faith in a variety of ways. And every one of the faculty here, including myself, is an expert in their field, right? They have put forth countless hours of studying, of reading, of researching and writing. And so we have a tremendous grasp on all of the same things that you're going to get at other schools. What's unique about Louisiana Christian University is what we get to add to that, and that is that Christian perspective that I think makes all of the difference. You're getting the best plus. You're getting that knowledge that I think is so necessary to function in this world, but you're also getting that moral compass and that faith integration that helps you really be a light to the world.
So what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. Speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
(7-6) is our score as we get set to start the third quarter here. The Steers with a 1-point lead. They scored in the first half on a touchdown pass, and then the Wildcats got back into it after blocking a field goal attempt in the second quarter and then missed the extra point. When we say that the offense has been stuck in the mud, well, the stats bear that out. Only 5 first downs for LCU in that first half. 25 passing yards, 4 of 11, and 2 interceptions through the air in that first half. Total offense, 31 plays, 45 yards for LCU. On the other side, Texas College, 14 first downs, 19 rushes for 77 yards, 122 yards through the air, and they were 12-23 with 1 interception, 42 plays, 199 yards of total offense in that first half for Texas College. So Texas College not exactly lighting up the scoreboard, but LCU, we just haven't been able to really get anything going in that first half, and marred by some penalties and gave up some big sacks. That first drive, LCU came out and they were driving well, and then gave up 2 big sacks to push them back. And a couple of times where they went for it on 4th down, failed to convert. Had 1 big punt, a fake punt that was converted for a first down. That turned out well, but that first half, and just kind of a ho-hum first half of football there. LCU going to have to clean some things up here this second half, because Texas College looking for their first win of the season. And right now they lead at 7-6. We'll have your second half kickoff coming up in just a minute. You're on 446 Sports. What are we waiting for the official? All right, I'm not sure what the holdup is. The clock has stopped running. We should be ready for second half football. I don't see the officials out there anywhere. Our officials might have been taking a nap at halftime. Steers lead at 7-6 as we get ready to start the third quarter. LCU is going to get the football to start the second half. They won the toss, elected to defer. I'm still not seeing any officials out there anywhere. Here they come. Here they come over on the far side. 2 of them at least. If I'm not mistaken, I see one walking from their car over in that far parking lot. Might give that man a ride. All right, here comes a couple more. This is we're just waiting on the officials to get on the field so we can start the second half here. was a little warm out there tonight. They needed a break. It was hot, and they were busy in that first half. There were a lot of penalties in that first half. Let's see, we've got the penalties here. Yeah, 6 penalties for 41 yards for Texas College there in that first half. And 4 penalties, and they were big ones for LCU. 44 yards of penalty yardage in that first half. Texas College controlled possession 19-24 to 10-36 for the Wildcat. Third down, 37.5% for Texas College. That's 3 of 8 and 2 of 7. 28.6% for LCU. Texas College got into the red zone twice. Got 2 scores, 2 chances. Once. I guess all right, I think the officials are out. We're about ready to start the second half here. After a little bit of delay there. All right, there we had one more official coming. Here she comes. Now I think we have all these. Round of applause for the home crowd here as the final official comes trotting in. I guess last week LCU had the weather delay, and this week we have the official delay.
All right, we're about ready for the second half.
I think we're ready to go.
We'll receive and start first on offense.
Here we go. As the Wildcats drop the return guys back. We've got Washington over here on the near side. Who is that over on the far side? I might see the number. 22. There we go. That's going to be Travis Adam, freshman. Let's see if the Wildcats get a big return here and get this second half started off right as they trail by a point as we start the third quarter. After that long delay, we're ready to go. As the kicker gets a foot into it, and it's taken at the 9. Now a little reverse action. Over to the 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go, down the sideline, midfield, and into Steers territory at the 40-yard line. So Coach McLaughlin pulling out a few tricks out of his bag there to start this second half. A little reverse and big return all the way down inside the 40-yard line. The Wildcats going to have great field position to start this second half. That'll give the Wildcats offense a little spark. Fun way to start the second half regardless. It's going to be Omar Davis over here on the near side lined up as a receiver, and it's going to be a handoff to the back. And this defensive front for Texas College still playing strong. They may not have much depth. That's a strong front four, and they have done a good job tonight. 4-3. There's a pass complete down to the 30, and it's going to be just shy of a first down. That's going to be E.J. Scott Jr. from Ash on the reception. Third down and 1. Handoff. Back is stopped in the backfield and driven backwards. A lot of backwards on that. That's going to be a loss of 2. Back to the 33-yard line. No doubt Ben's going to go for it here. 4th down and 4. This front 4 has done well for Texas College tonight. They've played an outstanding ball game. They'll fake the handoff, now throw inside slant, incomplete. Receiver couldn't hold on to it. Had it in his hands and just couldn't hold on to it, and it's a turnover on downs. And so the Wildcats waste that great return, unable to do anything with it. And now it's a turnover on downs, and Texas College gets the football. Their first time here in the second half, leading 7-6. This game has not been pretty from either side, but right now the Steers have a 1-point advantage. And coming in motion. There's the snap, pass, incomplete. I think he dropped it. They're going to call that a catch. I think so. Thought for a second there he had dropped it. We'll blame that on the glare on the window. 35-yard line, the line of scrimmage, just a short gain of about 3 yards. (13-14) left to go here in the third quarter. 2nd down. 7 to go. 2 receivers wide to each side. Quarterback looking right, now looks left. He's in trouble and dropped. That's Rowan coming in there. The outside linebacker. Also in there for the Wildcats. That was Demarion Jackson. So there's a 6-yard loss for the Steers. Now it's 3rd and long. 3rd down, 13 to go. The Wildcats offense need to pin their ears back. Get a good stop. Quarterback looking left all the way, now rolls to his right. Trying to direct traffic, gets somebody open, throws downfield. He's got a man. Did he trap it or is it complete? LCU says incomplete, but nope, they're going to say it's a catch. I thought it was a catch too from this vantage point. Alan Crockett. So 1st down as they move the chains after that catch. That looks like the older brother of the quarterback. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know that for sure. Same last name, same city. But either way, it looks like they played together a little bit. There's the snap. He's in trouble again. Gets out of it, but it doesn't go far. Gets out midfield. Actually ended up with about 4 yards on the carry.
On the carry, Demarion Jackson with the tackle for the Wildcats. Number 11, Jordan Ogle.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 7. 2nd down and 6 after a 4-yard carry. 11:30 left to go in the third quarter.
About 6 yards.
A 1-point Texas College lead over the Wildcat. Trips left. 1 receiver over here on the near side of the formation. As Wildcat drop a man back and covered. And the back is through the line, and he got a good head of steam and gets into the secondary. That's a big run all the way down to the 37. And that was Kendrick Lee on the run, or I'm sorry, D'Amico Barn. Freshman running back from New Orleans. Made quite a few plays today. And so the Steers continue to grind up clock and run the football effectively in this Wildcat defense. Trip left. Fake the handoff. Quarterback's in trouble. Gets out of it. Now he's in trouble again. He's not going to get out of it that time. That time there were 3 Wildcats back there to get the sack. See, we've got Kristen Doyle back there. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and long. 2nd and 14 after the sack. Defense comes up with another sack. Second down, 14 to go. And coming in motion. He's going to look downfield. Throw incomplete. Do it just a little bit too far outside. Good coverage down there by Colin. 13. No, that was 19. Trey Grogan on the cover. And now we've got a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 14. They have to get the ball all the way down to the 27-yard line. Bird. 2 receivers out in a formation on each side. Defense, 4 down linemen. Bring pressure. Throws, and that is incomplete over on the far sideline. Pull outside there. Covered by Kylan Pope, the safety freshman out of Lorville, Louisiana. And it's 4th down and 14 now, and Texas College is going to have to punt it away. That's a good defensive stand for the Wildcats. Now the offense can get something going. The offense has been asleep through 2.5 quarters in this one. I know Coach McLaughlin looking just for something to spark his offense and get it going. The running game has been the big thing. Texas College has clogged up the middle and just not allowed any consistency, or the Wildcats to have any consistency running the football. There's a catch made back at the 5, comes out of the 10, 15, and gets out close to the 20. That's Darius Washington on the return. And so the Wildcats will start from their own 20-yard line, but I mean that's the key here in this one. It's the big stat is just no rushing whatsoever, just not being able to be consistent at all. Here in that first half, they ran the ball 20 times, only 20 yards. And that front 4 for Texas College has been in the backfield all night. It's not giving the running backs any room. So this time we have 2 receivers to the near side, and 1 over to the right side of the formation, and it's a scrimmage off the right hash mark. There's a run that's a positive gain on 1st down. It's about 5 yards on that carry. What a 4-yard. So 2nd down and 6.
It's a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
2nd down and 6, just under 9 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter of play. Wildcats got positive yardage on 1st down, something they struggled with. There's the snap, and again a run off right tackle. And he's not going to get much. Gets about a yard. 3rd down and 5. So now a 3rd down and 5. Already tonight, Wildcats thrown 2 interceptions. Perkins trying to avoid a 3rd. Swings it out into the flat, complete to the back, but he's not going far. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Matter of fact, they're going to lose a little bit. It's another 4th down for the Wildcat offense. 4th down and 6 after a loss of 1. On a little swing pass out to the back. Nothing going. And so that's going to bring the punter on to punt this one away. Not going to go for it down this deep into your own territory at the 26-yard line. Steers with the band standing back at their own 35. They doubt we'd see a fake down this far, too. That's a good punt. Be a line drive. It's going to take a LCU bounce, and it hit an LCU player. I should call it dead right there at the 31. Still a good punt. The St. Pierre. 5 punt that. All right, 7:26 left to go here in the third quarter. 7-6 our score. As the Wildcats with another 3 and out tonight get a positive yardage on first down, but then unable to do anything after that. McLaughlin's offense really struggled here against this Steers defense tonight, especially that front four. It's just I can't say enough good things about them. They have played solidly tonight. And you'd think, as thin as they are, the same 4 guys pretty much been playing all night, that they'd start wearing down a little bit, but they're showing no signs of that here in midway through the third quarter. There's a little swing pass out to the back, Savon Green, and he gets out to the 36-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 7 or 8.
7, 8 yards, 8 yards.
We'll call it second down and 3. 7-yard gain on that. Under 7 minutes now here in the third. There's the snap. Handoff to the back. He's hit and dropped as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's Green again on the carry. I mean, yes, Savon Green on the carry. Third down and 2 now. They give him about a yard on the carry. And the home crowd getting up, making a little bit of noise. Trying to cheer their Wildcats on. Third and 2. Steers throw it deep, and it's going to be incomplete. And there's a flag. No flag comes out. I thought for a minute there he might have hooked his hand, and they might have called that, but they did not. Brandon Johnson, the second down there covering. And that's going to be a 4th down, so a 3 and out for the Steers. 4th down and 2. Going to drop Darius Washington back to the 34-yard line to await this punt. Understanding it is his own 22. And he kicks it low, line drive, and that's going to take a Steers bounce and keep bouncing inside the 15 to the 14, and it finally dies there. Just under 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 7-6 our score. The Steers with a 1-point lead. The Wildcats offense still unable to get anything going here in this second half. A 3 and out a few moments ago. Let's see if Coach McLaughlin pulls something out of the bag of tricks or something. Get this offense sparked. They're going to stack the receivers over here to the near side this time. Bunched up. They'll hand it off to the back, who gets the line of scrimmage and a couple more yards after that. They're going to give him the 3 yards on the carry. It's a 4-yard carry. Second down at 6. There's a pass complete. E.J. Scott with the reception. Went down to his knees. Pass was low, but hey, found a way to get open and made the catch, and that's a first down. Stack them up over here on the near side again. Again, it's a handoff. Straight ahead goes the back, and he's power running outside the 30 to the 32-yard line. Terrius Johnson on the carry. 4:54 left. High snap. Pulls it down and hands it off to the back again. And the back again gets positive yardage. That is again Terrius Johnson. He's a 220-pound running back. 3rd and 4. That Wildcat offensive line starting to gain a little bit of control here in this 3rd quarter.
Just the clock for 4:33. The play clock for 40 seconds. Game clock for 4:33. The West started on my whistle.
All right, so again, they're resetting the game clock. 4:33 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. It is 3rd down and 2. Johnson is again in the backfield. Okay, they're still waiting. Get it right. I think they got it. Trips left. It's a handoff to the back. Lowers his shoulder, plows ahead. He's going to have the 1st down. So right now, Jatarius Johnson starting to take this game over a little bit, and that offensive line opening up some holes. The snap, they'll fake the handoff this time. He's in trouble as the defender's getting the backfield, but he throws it out, and Omar Davis makes the catch. Out over the 40, the 43. So call it about a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5, and now we've got a timeout. We've got a steer that's a little tired. He's down on the ground. Timeout, 7-6. Steers with a 1-point lead, but the Wildcats are driving here on 446 Sports. And our injured player is up and off the field. 3:53 left to go in this 3rd quarter. And it is a 2nd down and about 4 to go. Wildcats offensive line and Jatarius Johnson starting to take over a little bit here in this 3rd quarter. Johnson again plows ahead, gets another positive gain. It'll be about 2 yards shy of the 1st down. Call it a 3-yard carry. 3rd down and 2. Line up again in a tight formation, and again, Johnson goes plowing ahead. He's going to have the 1st down and more. And you thought all that running right at him in the 1st half, eventually that defensive front that has played so well tonight, but that defensive front would start to wear down, and they creep the linebackers up now. And when you watch for that deep pass, they're going to go for it on this one, it looks like. Now the quarterback's in trouble. He gets out of it, spins out of another tackle, and gets some positive yardage down to the 45. Good job of Perkins there getting out of trouble. But Ben was thinking, what I was just thinking, that that deep play would probably be there about that time after all that running. There's a high snap, whistle blows, timeout called by the other side. Steers take a timeout. They're up by 1. The Wildcats are driving with 2:37 left to go in the 3rd quarter on 446 Sports.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com. .237 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 7-6 our score.
The Steers of Texas College over in Tyler, Texas, lead this one by 1. Texas College is 0-6 on the season. Going to get their first win. The Wildcats offensive line, some good hard running by Jatarius Johnson on this drive. Started to take things over a little bit. See if they can pay off this with a touchdown. Second down now after a couple-yard gain on a quarterback scramble after he got in trouble. He was going to try to hit the deep ball, but he wasn't there, and the defense did a good job of getting in the backfield. This time they're going to hand it off again. And that is actually Dalton Cunningham, the running back, in there now. Cunningham gives up 20 pounds on Johnson. They'll go quick. And Cunningham again will run, and now Johnson comes back out. Johnson's got about 20 pounds on Cunningham. What they need is that power running right now. As that defensive front for Texas College is finally starting to wear down a little bit. They have played outstanding tonight. They bring the linebackers up. A bunch of guys in the box. They're going to try to go for it again on deep pass again, but again, he's in trouble. Defense is, a defensive coordinator over there is playing a little chess with Coach McLaughlin, I think. He knows he wants to do it. And that is going to be a turnover on down after that play. I didn't even realize it was fourth down. So that was going to be a turnover on downs. And so now Texas College takes over again. I mean, you got to give this Texas College defense and their coordinator still a prop. They've a good game plan against these Wildcats tonight. Every time Ben is ready to try to hit that deep ball, they take it away from him quick. They'll bring the back out, and they'll throw it again over to the other side of the formation. That's completion, first down. Complete to Jordan, who is that?
Reception by DeAndre Hill for a
DeAndre Hill on the reception.
And Brandon Johnson.
We've got a one-point game here in the third quarter with Texas College up by 1. 3 receivers split wide right with one over the far side. They'll bring a blitz, and it's a little flare out to the back over here on the near side, who's not going to get far. Get a little over a yard, maybe. Yeah, give him about a yard. And that's going to be second down and 9. Job by the Wildcat defense. Stay at home over here on the near side. They brought the blitz off the right side of the line. Everybody over here stayed home. They get that stop after he flared it out to the back. Second down and 9. Clock running. We're under 15 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Third quarter took a little delay because we're waiting on the ref. Here comes a handoff to D'Amico Barnes. Flag comes in. Might have a hold there for that one.
Holding. Offense. Number 77. 10 yards. Second down.
The hold on the offense. That will probably be the final play this third quarter. 8 seconds left after they reset the ball. The clock should start. It does. And the Texas College is just going to run it out. Go to the fourth quarter. They'll flip into the field. It's a 1-point game. The Steers lead it by 1. This is Wildcat football on 446 Sports.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Your local.
Here we go with the fourth quarter as they flipped sides of the field. Steers lead it 7-6, and they have the football facing a second down and long. Call it second down and 19 after a holding penalty a few moments ago. Put some personnel around. We're ready to go here to get this fourth quarter started out. The Wildcats offense started to take control there in that third quarter for a moment. And there's a Wildcat offside in the neutral zone. It's probably going to be on the Wildcats.
One start on the offense, number 14 yards, second down.
Well, they're calling it on the offense. That will be another penalty for the Steers. So it's now second down and 24 as the Steers go backwards here in this fourth quarter. We've yet to snap the ball in the fourth. Fans are up, making noise. Quarterback in trouble, gets out of it and throws complete. Going to get a couple of yards back. Another flag is down on the far side. These refs have been busy tonight. There's another flag laying down at the 41. This flag is 4.
Illegal formation.
Another one on the
on
offense.
the offense. 4 and 4 in the backfield. That penalty decline. Result of the play. Third down.
So they'll decline the penalty and have third down and long. 3rd and 24 now for the Steers. Ball is spotted at the 46-yard line. They've got to get it all the way down to the Wildcat 33. So 3rd down, 21 after a couple of big penalties for the Steers. 14-40 left to go in the football game. Got a 1-point game. Here's the snap. Quarterback steps up out of trouble, chunks it downfield. Receiver turned back for it, but unable to make the catch. And Davis was covering down here. Almost like Davis just kind of thought, yeah, that ball's going to be thrown high, and gave up on it a little. Now we've got 2 returners back to receive this punt. We've got Colin Cervoni, the freshman from Largo, Florida, over there on the far side. Over here on the near side, number is over this. One is over here on the near side. They're both standing at about the 18-yard line. High snap. Ball is on the turf, and the kicker just falls on it, and that is huge. That is huge. The Wildcats catch a break, and thanks to a miscue, it's like Texas College just kind of self-destructing here in this beginning stages of the fourth quarter. 3 penalties. They just had a snap over the head of the punter. Just had to eat it. And so that gives the Wildcats the football. I'm thinking right now it's Johnson, and more Johnson. Because he is starting to take over the line of scrimmage. It's not going to be, though. They're going to attempt to pass, and quarterback's going to be sacked. Offensive line was taken over last drive, but that's an 8-yard loss. Now 2nd down and long. That front 4 just continues to dig deep here in this ball game. There's another snap. Gonna throw. Now he's got a man in the end zone. Got him. Touchdown. That is a touchdown for the Wildcats. Little post pattern that worked out as he got behind the defenders. Is that E.J. Scott on that reception, number 4? And it's going to be a touchdown for the Wildcats. And for the first time, Wildcats lead. Amarius Davis on the reception. Cats going to go for 2 here. 12-7 our score. A roll right. Looking for somebody, find somebody at the goal line. Did he get in? He caught it, but I don't think he got in. Nope. So the 2-point conversion's no good. 13:47 left to go in the game. Wildcats have their first lead, 12-7. Back in a moment on 446 Sports. 13:47 left to go in the ball game. It's 12-7. Wildcats have just grabbed a 5-point lead on that touchdown pass, 31-yard touchdown pass. Beautiful play. Ben's been trying to hit that something deep, and he finally found it. It opened up, and Wildcats take their first lead of the game. Here comes the kickoff. End over end kick. That's going to hit, go out of bounds. So they'll throw the flag and bring this one out to the 35. So with 13:47 left to go in the ball game, kick is going to go out of bounds, and so the Steers are going to have good field position out at the 35-yard line to start this game.
By rule, ball be played 30 yards from where it was kicked. First down, Texas College.
So Texas College with the football. The 35-yard line, trailing for the first time today. Trip left, on receiver right. They're going to swing it out to the back. He drops it, and that should be an incomplete pass. It was a forward pass. All falls to the turf. Stops the clock with 13:44 left. November the 8th, Arkansas Baptist is going to be here to Wildcat Field. 2 o'clock game. Baptist Buffalo. Another conference game. Blitz coming. They hit him, but he's able to get it away right at the sticks. First down for the Steers. Jordan Oglesby comes in to make the stop, and it was linebacker spot. 1st and 10 for Texas College. Again, the Steers spread it out. 3 wide right. Quarterback bounces out of trouble. Looking for somebody to throw to. He's got a man wide open at the 40. And down he goes at the 35. Still on his feet at the 30. And down to the 28. So the Steers now in business. Down at the 30-yard line. And they're going to say At 29 is where they're going to put the ball out. So 1st and 10 for Texas College from the 29. We're getting a little interesting here after Wildcats score their first offensive touchdown of the game. Missed their first extra point, then missed a 2-point conversion on their second touchdown. Here's a pass out in the flat, complete 25, and stumbles forward down to the 23. So that's going to be a gain of what? 5 yards? 6, 7, they keep going, 7 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 3. Here's the snap low. Quarterback pulls it in. Throws over on the near side. Incomplete. That was some tight coverage. And Davis over there covering. It's all over it. David Voorhees, I'm sorry.
Big defensive play here for your Wildcats.
3rd down and 3 now. Haven't flipped the marker over on the far side. There they go. Handoff. And the back takes it down to the 20. Let's say he's down at the 21, so he's going to be just shy of the first down. It's going to be 4th down and 1. I cannot imagine this college not going for this. They definitely are. You know, this is where you just line up under center, who's that's a lot of beef there. Just get in behind him and go. 4th down and 1.5, closer to 2. Low snap. Quarterback's in trouble. He's going to take off. Flag comes in. We may have a hold. If the play stands, he should have the first down. Now, what's the flag? That's the big question.
On the offense, number 74, that Pelican declined the result of the play. 1st down, Louisiana College.
So they're going to say he did come up short of the line to gain. And it was a hold, so either way, that's good news for the Wildcat. They get the football back. Yep, where they've spotted it, it's just inside the 20, and he had to get closer to the 19 to get the first. So the initial spot looked like he had got it. It doesn't matter because if he had it, they'd have just taken the penalty. Either way, it is Wildcat football up by 5 with 10:53 left to go in the ballgame. Now let's see if this O-line and running game for the Wildcats can just take over. Perkins with a beautiful touchdown pass on the last possession. Doing a couple of interceptions tonight.
Texas College. Lot of game.
Okay, so Texas Southern has challenged the line game. Let's see. I'm not sure how replay works here in this division. Who's watching it? Okay, so the refs are going to go down to a tent on the far end. The officials are going to go down to a tent on the far end to watch this replay and determine how far he got on the play. See if it was a first down or not. I thought originally he had the first down. We shall see what the refs say. All right, they're watching from the shed, from the end zone. if they rule that he made the line to gain, and of course Ben would take the penalty, and it would be 4th down and 10, but they would still have the ball. That hold should be a spot foul, so it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So I'm not sure where the hold took place. They threw the flag at about the 27, 26-yard line, I think. .53 left to go in the football game. It's a 12-7 Wildcat lead. As it stands, if they rule that everything on the field was called right, upheld the call that was made on the field, then it will be Wildcat football 1st and 10. If they do not, it will be Texas college football 4th down 10, or 4th down and 10 yards from wherever the hole occurred. They continue to talk about it. Watch the replay. Texas College going for their first win of the season. They have led throughout up until just a few moments ago here in the 4th quarter. Now the Wildcats lead at 12-7. Wildcats scored on a scoop and score off a blocked field goal attempt earlier. And then the extra point was missed, and then they scored on a 31-yard pass play in the 4th quarter just a few moments ago. They went 2 and stopped right at the goal line. The official's still looking at it. Well, they're still trying to figure it out down there. You know, it doesn't matter what level of football you play. There should be a time limit on these replays. You got 60 seconds to figure it out. If you can't figure it out then, go with the call on the field. You know, we have the technology now no matter what level you're at. I mean, Pee-wee games have technology that allows this. We're going on several minutes now. And looking over this. Again, if the call on the field is confirmed, then they don't confirm the call on the field anymore. They just uphold the call on the field. Here they, let's see what they rule.
The play, the call on the field is upheld. 1st down, Louisiana Christian.
All right, they upheld the call on the field. And they're going to take away a timeout from Texas College for losing the challenge. So the Wildcats get the football. 1st and 10, 10:53 left to go in the ball game. They lead it 12-7. Got to think they can go down and drive and score a touchdown on this. Really puts the Steers offense on their heels and going to make it very difficult for them to come back. They're just going to run it handoff straight up the middle. There he goes. Still going. Cross midfield and down to the 35-yard line goes Jatarius Johnson. And Johnson is just kind of taken over here in this second half. Him in that offensive line. That's what set up the touchdown pass play. This time they get him. But that's all right. Clock continues to run with 10:17 left. Ben likes to go fast, but he's not going to go fast here. Take your time, let that play clock wind down. Use as much time off that clock as possible. And he's going to let it get it right around 20 before he snaps it. Johnson is hit and driven backward. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11. They say he's going to lose a yard. We're under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. And after that big run by Jatarius Johnson, Wildcats have stalled, losing a yard there. Here comes our 3rd down play. Flags come flying in. And we got a false start on the offense. Somebody moved on the offensive side, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 16.
On the offense, number 62, 5 yards, 3rd down.
So false start on the offense, backs him up 5 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 16 with 9:24 left. And everybody's switching around. We've got trips right, one receiver to the far side. Now the back goes in motion and lines up all the way out to the far side of the formation. Quarterback's in trouble, rolls out of it, throws, and complete at the 33. Looks to be a tight end. Yep, number 89, Xavier Jackson, the tight end, making the catch. Not going to be enough for a 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and 8. Got about half of it, though. It was 4th and 7. Yeah, we'll call it 4th down and 7. Long 6, short 7. Comes a man in motion. That should be a free play. They're going to stop it. So we'll have to see what they call. Who moved first?
Neutral zone infraction on the defense. Number 58, 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So that will be another penalty on the Steers. The penalties against them are really racking up here in this second half. So after that puts them up in field goal range, and so they're going to try a field goal from the 28-yard line, 38 to a 42-yarder. Whistle blows when they...
Timeout. Louisiana College.
So LCU will take a timeout. 8:16 left to go in the ball game. They're up 12-7 and attempting a field goal when we come back on 446 Sports.
There's a reason why more of your friends and neighbors talk about their cataract surgery at Wallace Eye Associates. They know our tradition of eye excellence spans decades. They also know how committed we are to our local community. If you're ready to have your vision restored through modern cataract surgery, call us to schedule your annual cataract evaluation. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
It is,
when it comes to celebrating big,
it is 4th down and 1 for the Wildcat. They're going to attempt a field goal. I think Ben has decided to go for this. And they are. They're going to be a tight formation. High snap, and flag is down. It was General Buggage in there.
On the offense, number 52 was not set. 5 yards. 4th down.
Oh, that's frustrating. Take a timeout. Take a timeout and then come out and have a good play call. Somebody's not lined up right.
Texas College.
So now we've got another timeout by Texas College because they've got a player down that was hurt on the non-play. All right, so it's 12-7. Wildcats lead it. 4th down and 6 now after the penalty. We'll take one more quick timeout. Back in a minute on 446 Sports.
Our mentality is really strong. We know that we won last season, but we still have a lot of hard work to do. We need to keep humble. We need to keep fighting. We're going to face great teams in this conference, so we need to give our best. We need to give 100% every single game, every single practice, so we're going to be able to achieve great things again and win again the conference for this college.
All right, player's still down out there for, they've got him up. For Texas College. And we've got 8:11 left to go in the ball game, 12-7. Frustrating for Wildcat fans, and I'm sure the coaches a few moments ago. You got a 4th down and 1. You decide to go for it. A little bit of a trick play where you bring in your backup quarterback, General Buggage. Well, he's listed as a quarterback, freshman. And takes a snap, gets the 1st down, but somebody was lined up wrong. Always frustrating for a coach. Kind of things happen. So now we're going to have another long field goal attempt as they put the ball out to the 33-yard line. So that's 48, 50-yarder. Here comes the kick. And it does not have the distance. It might have had the distance. It was just a little low to the left. Looked like no good on the field goal attempt. 12-7 our score with 8:06 left to go in the ball game. And the Steers will get another chance. The Steers scored on their third possession of the ball game. And looked like they were going to score on the next possession. But it ended in a blocked field goal, which was returned for a touchdown by the Wildcat special teams. 1st and 10. Steers from the 30. Quick hitter and complete out there to DeAndre Hill, the wide receiver. He's one of their few seniors on that team. And he gets out to the 37-yard line. Clock running where it's 7:45 left to go. 2nd down after the gain of almost 5. Call it 2nd and 5. Low snap, swing pass out to the back who drops it, and that should be a fumble. That was a backwards pass, it looked like, from this vantage point. But they're going to say incomplete. I thought that looked like a backward pass from this angle. But it's kind of off to the right here. But that did not look like a forward pass. But nonetheless, they call it that, and 3rd down, 5 to go. There's a snap, handoff to the back. He's hit, drives forward, not gonna get it. 4th down. Fourth down and 5 to go. And the looks like the Steers are going. What are they going to do? They're going to punt it. They're going to punt it with 6:43 left to go in the ballgame.
Texas College. That's their third and final timeout of the second half.
And Texas College is going to talk about it. 6:44 left to go in the ballgame. 12-7 Wildcats lead. We've got a 4th down and 4 when we come back on 446 Sports.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at Southern.
6:41 left. Here comes the punt. High, end over end kick. It's going to hit. Take a Texas College bounce and go down inside the 30. .629 left to go in the ball game, and the Wildcats are going to get it back. Now is time you want to run some clock. Texas College is out of timeouts.
Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Not sure if how many the Wildcats have. 1st and 10. 12-7 Wildcats lead. No matter how you slice it, no matter what happens, the game is not pretty. The game has not been pretty. If you can get out of here with a win, if you're the Wildcats, you're feeling lucky. There's a run straight ahead. And that's going to be a gain out to the 36, so call it a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. We've got Jatarius Johnson in the backfield. That blocking over there on that left side, and they do, and he gets through there. 1st down and more, midfield down to the 43-yard line. Once again, a good run by Jatarius Johnson. Johnson is taking over here in this second half, along with that offensive line by the Wildcats. That front four for the Steers played strong all night long, but you just felt that those short runs were going to start turning into, or those, stops behind the line even, we're going to start turning into some longer runs as this game went on. And sure enough, that has been the case. We're just over 5 minutes to go. High snap, and the quarterback pulls it down. And the run by Johnson just plowing his way straight ahead for a couple of yards. We've got a 2nd down and 8. We're at 4:50 to go in the game now. Only 2 receivers out there. But, extra tight end in there for blocking. This is either going to be a run up the gut, or it's going to be a quick slant or post. It's going to be a run right up the gut. And he's going to get down close to the 1st down marker. Not crazy about that spot. They give it to him at the 39. Maybe he'd have got closer to the 38, but mark him just inside the 39-yard line. Just outside the 39-yard line. As they're moving inside Steers territory. We're under 4 minutes to go in the game. And Wildcats just taking their time here. Terrius Johnson, its offensive line, have taken over here in the second half. There's a run again straight ahead, and he's going to have the first down to the 34. And if you're Texas College now, you cannot stop the clock. The only way the clock's going to stop when we get to the 2-minute warning. Play clock is winding down at 25 seconds. They're just going to let this clock wind as far down as possible. I think at this point, Ben's just saying, let's just get out of here with a win, and we'll get back in the film room and work on these things tomorrow and over the weekend and next week before Arkansas Baptist comes to town. Ooh, there's a hit on Jatarius Johnson's leg. Took him up in the air. Dropped him for a 2-yard loss. Next game actually is going to be a couple of weeks away. Arkansas Baptist comes to Pineville. The Wildcat Field on Senior Day, November the 8th. Catch game on 446 Sports, or come on out and pack the stands and support these Wildcats. We're having a game tonight with all the high school games going on around the area. Competition with them. Here comes a run off the right side, and he's going to get down inside the 30. Gets the yards. He lost back and then some. Going to be there. We've got a Wildcat down. There's Xavier Johnson. 2 minutes. We're at the 2-minute timeout. 12-7 Wildcats. They're just trying to run this clock out as Texas has no timeouts left. Back in a minute on 446 Sports. At the 2-minute timeout. A 2-minute warning. That was a big controversy at the beginning of this season. No, not a 2-minute warning. It's the NFL's thing. This is a 2-minute timeout. It's totally different. Although it's totally the same. I don't get it. With the 2-minute timeout here in this one, and the Wildcats lead at 12-7. And they're trying to run this clock out. So far here in this fourth quarter, Jatarius Johnson out of that running back position is just kind of taking the team on his shoulders. Of course, that offensive line's helping out a lot too. Struggled early against that front four of the Steers. They have taken control as this game is worn on. Texas College has no timeout remaining. And so Wildcats should just be able to run this thing out now. Pick up a first down, they definitely. Here we go. 2 minutes left. 3rd down and 4. Run off the right side, and it's going to be a first down. He goes out of bounds at the 15. He would have stayed in bounds there, but hey, it's a first down, Jatarius Johnson, and now with 1:54 left. Oh no, got a hold on the offense.
10 yards from the previous spot. 3rd down.
Didn't even see the flag come in. So it's going to be a hold. And this one's coming back. That first down is coming back. Now it's going to be 3rd down and long. Yeah, it's going to be 3rd down and 14. And so where the Wildcats were looking at, hey, just run this clock out, now they're got to get this first down, and in order to do that. This is third down. Texas College has no way to stop the clock. They're just going to hand it off. Straight ahead goes back. Still going, spins around. He's going to get close to the first down. It's going to be 4th down and 2 after that run. That was Dalen Cunningham, the running back. Some shifty moves. A couple of spin moves there, and gets 12 of the 14 yards needed. And I think you got to go for this. And if you get it, ball game over. If not, play defense for 1 minute, less than a minute. We're down to 10 seconds on the play clock, and that'll put the clock right at 1 minute. And then Wildcats have a timeout left, so they're going to take it. So we're at 59 seconds left to go in the ball game. So there's their second timeout. 58 seconds left in the ball game. They face a 4th down and 2, and I think no doubt Ben is going to go for this. You get this first down, you put it away. If not, they've got to go 75 yards in less than a minute with no timeout. And their offense has not shown they can do that tonight. So we shall see. That was an excellent run just a few moments ago by Dalen Cunningham. They faced a 3rd down and 14, and Cunningham took it and made some shifty moves and got into the secondary, got close to that first down, and giving LCU a chance here to put it away. I thank everybody up here in the booth tonight for being so accommodating, helping me out with the rosters and name pronunciations and all kinds of things up here tonight. I really appreciate the hospitality. Of course, Doug's back next time when Arkansas Baptist comes to town. Enjoyed getting out and watching a football game. I hadn't done this in a while. I guess when you do high school football and football in general for 30 years, and you get a little break, you decide, I'm going to go take a break. I'm not even going to go to a game for a while. There's a high snap, but he pulls it down. He's not going to get there. Matter of fact, I think he fumbled it forward. And TC has life. They still have life with 52 seconds remaining. 52 seconds left, and the Wildcats turn it over on downs, and they're going to have to, of course, Texas College has no timeouts remaining. They're going to have to throw it up on a wing and a prayer. They're getting loud here at LCU. You know, the way this place shakes up here, I can imagine what it's like when it's full. Here's a throw to the right. It's intercepted. Did he catch it? No. Almost intercepted over there. That would have sealed it. But unable to get his mitts around it and pull it in. Nothing like these old bleachers like this. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking in trouble. Dropped. He's sacked. He is sacked. 40 seconds left. Clock continues to run. And nobody, apparently they didn't discuss this in the timeout. They had one player just taking his time getting back. Here's a snap. Quarterback runs out of trouble, throws it. It's complete. He's trying to get out of bounds over there on the far side, and he does, and it's a first down. 14 seconds remaining. And the Steers still have life. It's going to take a Hail Mary, hook and ladder, or something of that regard. But nonetheless, they still have life here with 14 seconds remaining in the ball game. It is 1st and 10. Down and distance doesn't matter at this point. They're going to have to throw it downfield. They do. Over on the sidelines, out of bounds. They're going to try a few quick passes just to get it a little bit closer. They can probably do that one or maybe 2 more times. It took 3 seconds off the clock to do that. We'll see. Going to have to play up close there. They do. Quarterback's in trouble again. Gets out of it, runs, and gets out of bounds. That took too much time, though. That took about 6 seconds to run that. And now we're down to 5 seconds left on the clock. And now it's Hail Mary time. And the Wildcats going to talk about this before the Hail Mary attempt. Five seconds to go in the ball game. It's 12-7. The Wildcats lead it by 5. The Steers drew first blood. They scored 7. They scored their first touchdown in the first quarter on a little post route. I think it was about 30 yards out. They held that lead for a while. We're driving again, and that drive stalled, but they were in field goal range, and the field goal was blocked and returned for a touchdown by the Wildcats. That made it 7-6. Wildcats missed the extra point. And then earlier, the Wildcats scored on a 31-yard touchdown pass play. Quarterback's in trouble. He's dropped, and that's ball game. He is sacked, and that is ball game. It was not pretty. There's plenty to look at in the film room this week. But the Wildcats pull out a win over the Texas College Steers out of Tyler, Texas. 12-7, our final score. Doug is back the next game for the Wildcats. I'm Scott Mills. Glad to have you along, everybody, and thanks for watching on 446 Sports.
That'll be a 2 o'clock kickoff for Senior Day. Look forward to seeing you all then. For everyone traveling this evening, please drive home safely.